How's it going, guys? My name is LongBarrel and welcome back. We're done with day 3 of group stages, so now we're actually moving into the quarterfinals of Cluj-Napoca. This is day 4, and last day went really well. Well, last day I meant today, so I actually felt way more awake this time. It was only around like towards the 7 a.m. time that I just completely just lost it and I fell asleep. But I still managed to watch most of the games. It was only, I think, the last G2 game against Mouse that I missed. I mean, not the game, but the map. And I think the NIP game versus Titan, I think I completely just slept through those games, but like I kept on peeking every time I woke up. But there's one comment that that caught my eye in the last episode, and somebody was saying that stop making it sound like you you want us to feel pity for you or something like that, or feel sorry for you. I mean, I never said that I want you guys to feel sorry for me, and I kind of made it clear from the very beginning that I don't care that I lose 32 keys out of this. It was my own decision to put 32 keys, and if I were to lose it, I don't really care because I have so many keys to fall back on. But I don't want to kind of stir confusion. That doesn't matter. Basically, just this is all my decision. I'm not asking for pity, and just I hope you guys just enjoy the video. But the first match, Cloud9 vs Fnatic, I won a pretty hefty amount. I put like $60 on there. Got like $8 back, $9 back, whatever this is. Not too bad. I mean, $10 profit is actually pretty good for me. Miles versus G2. Like I said, I think I did say G2 was going to take it. They did take it in 2 maps. They lost 1 to Mouse, but I mean, Nico is just unreal. Like the way he plays against just all the opponents, he just has the perfect timing. He's just unreal, like really awesome player to watch. But I did win like a $4 value because I only placed like $10, so it wasn't too bad. The odds are really good for this match. If I only placed a bit more, I would have maybe gotten way more than $4. NIP versus Titan, like I said, I didn't see Titan taking it taking 2 maps away from NIP. I'm not sure if it was in. I think NIP took it in 2 maps. It was 2-0, and as you can see here, I placed a pretty big amount. For me at least, this was what, like around like $20 I think I placed, and as you can see here, I got around $11 back. So not too bad at all. So CLG versus Navi, like I said, if CLG would have a percentage below 20%, then I would have placed like $5 on CLG, and if Navi would have had more, like less than 70%, then I would have placed it on Navi. But CLG had 15%, so I thought, you know what, might as well put it on. I said to myself, if CLG takes at least 1 map off of Navi, I will be happy. They did take it. They did take Cobblestone. Really exciting match, and then Inferno was a really interesting match to watch as well. But those are the winnings basically, so that you guys don't have to yell at me for missing out on the winnings. And let me actually get into the bets. So here's the total that I'm rocking right now. This is Canadian, $108. Not too bad. If you guys do remember, I invested about 32 keys into this whole thing. So if we multiply that by 3.29, you'll see that it's basically I got my money back. And from now on, it should be only good things if there's nothing, if there are no like fuck ups or anything like that between the teams. Okay, so I don't want to get too analytical because you guys do know that I love to ramble and I just love to talk. And that's why I'm going to try and talk less. I mean, if you guys want a longer video of me just rambling and going analytical on teams, I can do that, no problem. But Fnatic versus Envious, Fnatic, pretty convincing win against Cloud9. They took it in 2 maps. I felt bad for Cloud9, but I love my boys Fnatic. They're my boys, and they took both maps from Cloud9. Envious, on the other hand, they didn't lose a single map or a single game actually. I'm not sure if they lost a map or not. No, it's a best of 1, so they didn't lose any. So they're undefeated through the group stages. They're already secured a place in the final because Fnatic was the first one to win in the group stages. They are the first ones to verse against Envious. Tomorrow at 2 a.m. This is going to be the first match, the most exciting one probably out of them all until the final. So Fnatic versus Envious. Envious with a 65%, Fnatic with a 35%. I completely agree with these odds just because Fnatic looks a little bit shaky, whereas Envious looks pretty solid. They didn't choke too many times, although Fnatic lost the map to Luminosity. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to decide what I want to place right now, just because I want to kind of calculate through all of my winnings and place accordingly on the teams and the percentages and stuff, because I want to get into a kind of mathematical stuff here, and then I want to calculate how much I would lose versus how much I would win, and so on in the other matches. So basically, follow me on Twitter. The next 4 bets that I'm going to place, I will update them on Twitter, so just follow me there, and I actually as I go through the night, I kind of update my progress, and I hope you guys can get updated as well. G2 versus Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro looked pretty strong, although they did have that one shaky game against Liquid where they went into overtime. But other than that, Virtus.pro, they were able to secure themselves a spot in the finals. So G2 versus Virtus.pro, not too bad of a matchup. I think G2 is a little bit underrated here. I think they could probably use a bit more percentage. Just because Virtus.pro, I mean, yeah, they're a good team, but G2 could definitely upset. Watching Mouse Sports versus G2 kind of got pretty intense because Nico just kept on shutting everybody down with his 1 digs and stuff like that. So he's a really unreal player, but G2 kind of got the best of him and won the match. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how the odds pan out, and towards the later bet, depending on the match, the odds, well, what I will do is I will place skins, depending on what's worth it or what's not worth it. If Virtus.pro has a pretty good percentage, I'll place some bets on Virtus.pro. If this stays around the same, then I'll place like $5 on G2. I really doubt G2 is going to take 3 maps from Virtus.pro, but it's really, for me, it's just, is it worth putting some money on Virtus.pro for a small return, or is it just worth kind of putting a small investment on G2 for a kind of higher reward? TSM versus NIP. I'm not sure how long we've been recording so far, but TSM versus NIP, 77%, 23%. Pretty good matchup. I think NIP could use a bit more. I just completely lost all my train of thought. That kind of spooked me out a bit. NIP could use a bit more percentage. TSM just rocking that 77%. I could see why that's happening, but NIP looked really, really strong against Titan today. They really showed it to them and kind of played what they are supposed to look like, basically. Like, NIP is supposed to be prepared for this, not be shaky. They did lose to Titan once, but they did take it in 2 maps today. I think they did. I'm not sure though. So TSM versus NIP. Depending on how this goes, I will most likely just put a high bet on TSM, just because I don't see NIP taking the 3 maps off TSM. But again, how the odds pan out, this is only at 8 a.m., so this is probably going to be in like almost 12 hours, 16 hours. It's right here. Never mind, I'm kind of stupid. But yeah, probably TSM. Hopefully the odds will go down a bit, and I'll be able to kind of put more so I can get a higher reward. LG versus Navi. This one is actually a very, very good bet, just because Navi did seem very shaky against CLG, but CLG just played out of their mind, especially on Cobblestone. They were hitting all their shots, they were working together, and just kind of going through the process of winning a map. But even Guardian said that they were not happy with their performance. He was not happy just because how they performed, and that shows me that they're not confident going into the quarterfinals. LGO though, winning all but one, I think, in their semifinals. I mean, in the group stages, I'm not really sure. Okay, I think they won all their maps. Not really sure. I think they won against Cloud9 and they won against Fnatic. Yeah, so they did win both of their maps. They're undefeated through the group stages. Again, they are best of 1s, and these are best of 3s. LG has not played a best of 3 yet, so we haven't seen them how they perform on a 3-map format. But these are really good odds for me to place a good bet on Navi, because Navi is a top tier team, right? They're tier 1, and LG is still considered a tier 2 team. So if Navi stays with the 42% average, that's a really good bet for me. So what I'm gonna do is, as the odds balance themselves. I will update you guys on Twitter, and I'll show you guys my bets. So for the first bet, it's going to be probably going to be Fnatic. This one's going to be Virtus Pro. If the bets stay low, I will place it on G2. TSM for this one, clear cut obvious. I mean, NAP is not looking too good, although they could use a higher odds here. And for this one is probably going to be Navi. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in day 4. No, this is day 4. So day 5 should be the time that I see you guys next for the semifinals, and then Sunday would be the finals. We'll see who wins this major. Hopefully I'll be able to make some money off this. If not, then YOLO. So yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.